Our top story today from the gatewaypundit.com. First population-wide peer-reviewed study finds COVID-19 vaccines increase the risk of multiple cancers and confirms the fears of turbo cancer epidemic. We're talking about this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. We cover the top stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story today, Jim Hoff reports the first population-wide peer-reviewed study finds COVID-19 vaccines increase the risk of multiple cancers. I repeat, it has been peer-reviewed, and a bombshell peer-reviewed study out of Italy has just shattered the narrative peddled by big pharma, corporate media, and the government health bureaucrats. For the first time, a population-wide cohort of nearly 300,000 people tracked over 30 months has revealed that the so-called safe and effective COVID-19 shots are linked to alarming spikes in multiple forms of cancer. Researchers followed every resident aged 11 and older in Italy's Pescara province from June 2021 through December of 2023, examining hospital records and adjusting for age, sex, prior health conditions, and also even prior COVID infection. The researchers allegedly found that those who received at least one vaccine dose had a much lower risk of dying from any cause compared to the unvaccinated. And this protective effect was even stronger for those who had 3 or more doses. And Henny, I don't know if you're here right now and able to join, but they've been claiming that we didn't have peer-reviewed studies because there wasn't enough time to conduct the studies. I was just commenting today on a podcast that we're 5 years post-COVID. The fact that we don't have more peer-reviewed studies is just absolutely, preposterous because we know what's going on here. And the fact that it's linked to severe cancer, I mean, just reminding you, like Roundup on our food, right? Like these anti-pesticides, they obviously are still in production and they cause cancer. I don't know if this is enough to remove them, but I can see why Trump is having a shakeup at the HHS and why they're realizing maybe they killed more people than they helped.
Yeah, I mean, you see now Trump's actually talking about it, Operation Warp Speed, trying to dig into it, try to ease our minds, ease our hearts. But I think the effects of these COVID jabs are going to go on for much more time. Many years are going to pass. We're going to keep seeing the consequences of it. And the government knew. They hid all the studies. They made sure that, anybody who was coming out and speaking against it was silenced immediately. Even people like Joe Rogan, who said, you can take something else that would help you relieve these symptoms. He was painted as some crazy guy taking horse medication. So I think over time, we're going to see the effects of it. I don't even think we're close. I know cancer rates have been rising. So this is something that the American people were sick and tired of. We believe Fauci needs to be held accountable. All these people need to be held accountable. Fear mongering at its worst, and we've seen it.
No, absolutely. And I just want to remind you guys something very important. Sometimes you buy a watch just to tell the time. But this one tells a story. This Trump wristwatch, black steel band, bold, solid red face. It's sharp, it's strong, and it stands out. But more than that, every time you check the time, it's a little reminder that truth still matters. In a world where everyone's trying to spin you, this watch is like carrying a compass that points you back to what's real. And hey, let's be honest, it looks good too. It honestly goes with everything. You could dress it up like, even business casual like I am. You can dress it down, even keep it casual completely. But for some, it's a daily piece that you'll wear proudly. For others, perhaps it's something that you'll hold on to as a collector's item, a reminder of this moment in time. And what a time to be alive too, right? Either way, it's not just a watch. It's a statement that you believe in. It's the kind of thing that you'll be glad that you've got when someone asks, where were you when all this was happening? You can just point to your wristwatch and say, right here, keeping track. So yeah, sure, it tells the time, but it also tells a story, one that represents the truth. And these days, that feels even more valuable. Get yours today at themagaoffers.com/punditwatch. That's THEMAGAOFFERS.com/PUNDITWATCH. This is an awesome watch. You should check it out before it's too late. That being said, another Democrat official was caught in a federal corruption case. Check this out. It turns out that federal prosecutors in Detroit unveiled new charges on Thursday that exposed yet another case of corruption within the Wayne County government. Jonte Jackson, a 45-year-old former taxpayer assistant. Is that what we're calling Jonte now? Call him former taxpayer assistants. In the county treasurer's office, was charged with bribery, conspiracy, and aggravated identity theft. According to the court documents, Jackson pocketed nearly $18,000 in bribes in exchange for illegally removing properties from the county's tax foreclosure list. Prosecutors allege that Jackson worked with Zena Thomas, a former director at the United Community Housing Coalition, a nonprofit organization aimed at protecting struggling Detroit homeowners. With defunding USAID, I was told, the unthinkable. I was told that because it's a nonprofit, therefore, it's not corrupt. Go ahead and listen to this. Here's what they had to say.
Reminds me of the fraud that occurred in the Minneapolis Democrat primary between the incumbent mayor, with Jacob Frey and Omar Fatih or whatever his name is, and how in the Farmers Party, because they have the Democrat Party and it has an alliance with the Farmers Party. So they were trying to find who they would endorse. And for some reason, there was a problem with their electronic tabulation. And then Fatih won, and now they nulled it because apparently it was just completely falsified and nulled and void. So now they're just retracting their endorsements. So how can that happen in a modern country, in a modern city? How can there be fraud like that? I don't understand.
Yeah, and to add on, this is the same city, well, not the same city, in Michigan, right next to Minnesota. This is where a significant investigation was just unfolded when council members of the city council were caught stuffing ballots, like literally on video, on tape. It's the funniest thing in the world if you watch it. Stuffing ballots into into the ballot holding machines, and they literally went out of their car, took an entire bag, and just threw it in the thing. It was insane when I saw the video. And again, this is like a common occurrence. We saw that the mayor of, I believe it was St. Louis, New Orleans. She just got indicted for taking corruption money and taking bribes from, I forgot who it was, but she was taking bribes. So this is not a one-time thing. This is not just one situation in the middle of Texas. No, this literally is occurring everywhere. And every single city has an issue with this, including New York, including Los Angeles, including, San Antonio. So this is the big issue. This is a big issue that should be focused on, and no one's talking about it.
Well, apparently people are talking about it. We're talking about it. They're talking about it. No hate to the Texas Patriot, club here. Congratulations to you guys, the Patriot Perspective, for making it onto the Gateway Pun. That's a huge get, So, you guys are awesome. If you ever want to try and, maybe do a guest segment or something like that and get your name out there in your career, let me know. Elijah@rifftv.com. I like to see young people that are, politically engaged and are not sold out to foreign corrupt environments. And if you are sold out to foreign governments, then I rescind the invite. But anyway, my point being, it gives me hope seeing young people still, interested in these types of things. That being said, Retsef Levi fires back after a top CDC official quit in protest. This is huge, exposes what really happened behind closed doors. Several top CDC officials have abruptly resigned, denouncing Dr. Retsef Levi's leadership of the CDC COVID-19 vaccine work group. But in an exclusive sit-down with journalist Marianne Damazzi, Levi is finally revealing the ugly truth about what happened inside agency's closed-door meetings. Last week, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention appointed Retsef Levi, a member of its influential vaccine advisory panel, to lead the agency's COVID-19 work group. According to pharma exec, Levi has long been a vocal critic of mRNA technology, warning that these vaccines produced by Moderna and Pfizer can cause severe harm and even death, particularly in younger children. He has gone so far as to demand the immediate withdrawal of mRNA-based COVID-19 shots. Last week, Dr. Demetre Daskalakis, Biden's handpicked monkeypox czar, who flaunts his BDSM lifestyle, published a fiery resignation letter on X. In it, he blasted the agency, declaring his position untenable, claiming he could no longer serve in an organization that does not allow him to be anally penetrated by 12-inch objects. That's not what he said. Serve in an organization that has not afforded the opportunity to discuss decisions of scientific and public health importance. Daskalakis zeroed in on a sudden shift in COVID-19 recommendations for children and pregnant people, quoting people, that's literally what he said, pregnant people, and the controversial overhaul of the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. The Food and Drug Administration has officially rescinded the emergency use authorizations for COVID-19, and the FDA has now granted standard marketing authorization, not emergency approval, for limited populations. Moderna ages 6 months plus. Oh my gosh. Pfizer ages 5 plus and Novavax ages 12 plus. You can give Moderna vaccines to 6-month-old babies, Henny?
It's terrible.
What the hell is going on here? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I
I've
thought it was
seen that
5.
before. No,
That's just the Pfizer.
Yeah, yep.
I didn't know you could give infants. You can't, because 6 months and younger to me is an infant.
I mean, they fill them like whoopee cushions, like all the needles in them. I mean, you even think that they give them shots for, what is it, herpes or something? When they're born? Hepatitis B.
Might as well give them herpes shots.
You might at this rate. Yeah, I mean, it's just a cash grab for these major pharmaceutical industries. They're making us a lot more sick. We're seeing the effects of that. RFK has been pushing back on some of it, but yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible, the poison that we're putting in our children. So
yeah, I hate these people with a passion, obviously, for real reasons. But Daskalakis' sharpest attack, however, was directed at Levi himself, accusing him of dubious intent and dubious scientific rigor, and alleging that Levi ignored career staff at the CDC, saying, "When I was out there in these balls, whips, and chains, you ain't even lusting after this D." Now, it's like, dude, you literally are a pervert. Like, you're just weirdo. And look, I don't kink shame, but like, I do public kink shame. Like it's like, if you want to do weird sexual stuff, okay. We have gay people that work at this publication. Like, I'm not gonna, waste my time. We're talking about the news, right? We're not talking about people's personal choices. But I don't know about you, Henny, but it's one thing for someone to have a weird sexual fetish, and it's another thing to like be in a public position where you're public facing. Also, it's not even just like you're a private citizen. You just like are kind of weird, have a weird Facebook group. It's like you make your identity the fact that you get dildos shoved up your bum hole, and that's what he does. That's his forward-facing personality.
Well, anybody the Biden picked was a total freak show. You had the one guy who was into the furries. I remember the one that got caught stealing the luggage. You have this guy who he's into the bondage and everything else, and he's flaunting it. And I mean, we need to check him out for monkeypox, I would say. So, and then you have the health officials, a transgender. The mental health is off. He was out of shape. I mean, it was just a total freak show, the Biden administration.
It was. That's what we gotta remember. Guys, be men again. From 6 a.m. to lights out, life asks a lot of us. And if low T signs are holding you back, less power in your lifts, less patience at work, less spark at home, Man's Edge helps you take control. This multi-ingredient formula supports healthy testosterone and daily vitality. Fenugreek, Tungot, Ollie, Tribulus, NO2 support for blood flow, and Deer Antler Velvet IGF-1 for recovery, so you feel focused, strong, and confident. Consistency wins. Even if you're on TRT, Man's Edge complements your regimen by supporting how your body uses testosterone. Join the thousands of men taking back their day. Lock in with 50% off on auto ship at ElijahIGF1.com, ELIJAH, IGF1.com. And use promo code Elijah to get an additional 10% off your first order. Man's Edge, make men men again. Guys, work on your testosterone. It's so important you supplement. Check it out today. Now, that being said, it is quite interesting. Dr. Robert Malone eviscerates Biden's pro-gay orgy czar. What? Demetre Daskalakis. It's like that's got to be a porn name or something. That can't be real, right? It's got to be like a gay name he made up.
Yeah.
Demetre Daskalakis.
I don't know.
Daskalakis is a crazy last name.
It is a crazy last name. And wait till you see the guy. I mean, it's even worse. So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
There's a fiery clash after exposing CDC resignations as a cover-up looming COVID vaccine safety scandal. The crumbling facade at the CDC is finally collapsing, and it took one of the world's most credentialed voices in medicine to pull the curtain back. On Sunday, Dr. Robert Malone, a pioneer of mRNA vaccine technology, clinical researcher, and now a new member of the ACIP, shredded Biden's radical pro-gay orgy czar, Dr. Demetre Daskalakis, in a fiery exchange over the collapse of credibility of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Malone posted bluntly on X, "The real reason for the recent CDC resignations is that ACIP subcommittee on COVID-19 vaccines got approval to investigate the safety and efficacy of COVID vaccines, and they knew the gig was up. The truth was about to come out, and they would have to account for their actions. All you need to do is read the recently approved terms of reference for that subcommittee, and it all becomes clear." We also know Daskalakis, Biden's handpicked monkeypox czar, who also flaunts his BDSM lifestyle, fired back, saying that is false. The terms of reference effectively remove the real function of the work group to advise the CDC director on questions needed to set policy. FDA has vetted the safety and efficacy of the vaccine and has authorized it for this season. Your job is to set clinical policy. When's the last time you saw a patient? There's a question in that. But when's the last time Daskalakis? I've seen that too. I know Robert Malone, by the way, personally, and he's a great guy.
Yep.
That being said, lastly, Chinese national cancer researcher busted, caught allegedly stealing secrets for communist CCP. Yuan Li, okay. That's you can read the rest of that at thegatewaypundit.com. A Chinese stealing our trade secrets. Henny, that's not news in my opinion.
Surprise! Who would have thought that was happening? Well, it's
Yeah.
not like we're letting a bunch of them into our country.
Yeah. Let me actually. This is actually like a really good. Let me actually write this on X. This is going to be so funny. I'm going to write this live on air too.
They don't steal secrets. Let them take all our farmland. Let them be next to the military bases. Nothing bad could happen. Nah, it'll be fine.
Look at this. Back in China. I'm asking Trump to reverse this. We're totally pro-Trump here, but also like it's like, hey, we gotta be honest. You know what I mean? Like, please, like that's a true statement. You know what I mean? Please reverse this.
Yep.
Right. So please do that. You can follow me there at Elijah Schaffer on X, and I think they can find you where, Henny?
You can find me on either Instagram or on X at snowflake_news. Love for you to check out the page.
Check it out. Anyways, thank you so much again for watching another episode of the Gateway Pundits Weekend Review. If you want to join our mug club, you can join so at thegatewaypundit.com/join, where you can get one of these amazing mugs. You got to get one of these, Henny. You don't have one, do you?
No, I need one.
You
They're
really
nice.
should get
They're,
one.
They're
I mean,
nice and sturdy. They're good cups for sure.
you could have just like got into the media industry, and now like you work on a Gateway Pundit show, and I think it's you guys have seen him around here doing some of these before. So show Henny some love. Snowflake_news. On X, as we mentioned, and also to grab one of these mugs when you join our community. Anyway, my name is Elijah Schaffer. Thank you so much again for watching. Have a great rest of the week, as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.